using 12 such squares. You have to draw a rectangle, but inside that rectangle there will be 12 squares. Okay. Inside that rectangle there will be 12 squares. Now come to the book. In book there is one red color square given, isn't it? Red color square is given. So leave that red color square, leave that row and that column. Now after that you just see the 12 squares, or you count 12 squares. After that count 12 squares, leave the red color one. Suppose if this is given, here one red color box is given. Okay, you leave this row, you leave the row, then count from here 12 squares. 12 squares you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, like this. You count 12 squares and then join it. Join the 12 squares. See, since I am drawing free hand, that is why it is like this, but when you will draw with the help of the ruler or with the help of the scale, that time you will draw the straight line. Okay. Now just name it, name this rectangle as 1. Name this rectangle as 1. Okay. That means this is the first rectangle where 12 squares are there. It is a rectangle, but inside that rectangle there are 12 squares. Okay. And after this, here 2 squares will be left. Here 2 squares will be left, which you will not take, which you will not include in this. Clear? With this last 2 squares you will not include inside this one, because it is told only to draw 12 squares. Clear? Now just below this, again you join the dots. Again you count 12 squares and join the dots. It will make the second rectangle. It will make the second rectangle where 12 squares are included. Okay. It will make the second square where 12 squares, second rectangle where 12 squares are included. Clear? Is it clear? Now come to the third rectangle. How you will draw the third rectangle? Just below this, again there are some dots given. Count the dots or count the squares. 1, 2, 3 and then join it. You will have here 1, 2, 3 box and here 4 box. 1, 2, 3 and 4 box. Okay. Horizontally you will have 3 boxes, 3 squares, and vertically you will have 4 squares. Vertically you will have 4 squares. Okay. Now you name it rectangle number 3. This will be rectangle number 3. Okay. This will be rectangle number 3. Similarly, again count 3 squares. 1, 2, 3, 3 squares. This will be rectangle number 4. Rectangle number 4, it has 3 squares in the horizontal way and 4 squares in the vertical way. Okay. When you will count, you will say 3 squares in the horizontal, 4 squares in the vertical. So this is the fourth rectangle which has 12 squares inside that. Is that clear? Now similarly draw number 5. Just after that again take 1, 2, 3. Again take 3. It will be the fifth rectangle. 3 horizontally, vertically 4. 3 horizontally, vertically 4. Similarly, The sixth rectangle will also be the same, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 horizontally and vertically it is 4. 3 horizontally, vertically it is 4, which makes 12 squares in the same rectangle. Clear? Now the last rectangle, that means the seventh one. The seventh one, the vertical one is the seventh rectangle. You can see that in the seventh rectangle there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like this way. Like this way. In the vertically it has 6 rectangles, horizontally it has 2 rectangles. Vertically it has 6 rectangles and horizontally it has 2 rectangles, which makes 12. So 12 squares, not rectangles, 12 squares. It's clear? So there are 7 rectangles. Inside this 7 rectangles there are 12 squares. That means we can make 7 rectangles where 12 squares are included. Okay, clear to everyone? Now, based on this, there are some questions. Based on this, there are some questions. See the first question. How many rectangles could you make? So, how many we have made? Yes, we have made 7 rectangles. Space provided, in that space you write 7. The space which is provided in the book, write 7, because we are only able to make 7 rectangles. Clear? We are able to make only 7 rectangles. Now come to the next one. See, here it is given that length of the boundary is called perimeter. Just now we have discussed the length of the boundary is called the perimeter. Okay. So, each rectangle is made out of 12 squares. So, all have the same area, but the length of the boundary will be different. Yes, look to the book. In the book, all the rectangles, they have 12 squares inside that. That means they have the same area. Okay, all have 12 squares. So, all the 7 rectangles, they have the same area, but the perimeter is different. The perimeter, that means the outer length of each rectangle is different. Okay. You can see in the book that rectangle 1 and rectangle 2. Rectangle 1 and rectangle 2 has the longest perimeter. This way has the longest perimeter. Okay. Here are longest 12 squares, whereas 3, 4 and 5 it has the smallest, because here it is 3 and this side it is 4. Clear? So, the question is, which of these rectangles has the longest perimeter? Which of these rectangles has the longest perimeter? In that question, you will write the answer rectangle number 1 and 2. Rectangle number 1 and 2. These two rectangles, they have the longest perimeter. Okay, just write it, longest perimeter in your book. Kindly you write in your book. Clear? Clear everyone? Unmute yourself and tell me. Now come to the second question. The second question is, which of these rectangles has the smallest perimeter? Now, which one of these has the smallest perimeter? This will be number 3, 4 and 5. They has the smallest perimeter. They has the smallest perimeter. Okay. So, kindly write in the book. In the book, rectangle 1 and 2 for the first one, rectangle 4, 5 for the second one. Rectangle 1 and 2, it has the longest perimeter. Rectangle 3, 4, 5, it has the smallest perimeter. Clear? Yes, what happened, Prarthana? Okay, start. Now come to the next page. Up to this page, page number 34. Anyone having any problem? Page number 34. Any one of you having any problem? Okay, now come to the next page. To the next page. I think you all have the pencil in your hand. You all have the pencil in your hand. In the next page, the topic is measure stamps. Here some stamps are given. You have to measure the area of the stamps. Okay. Now see, stamp A. See, in stamp A there is a tiger. Quickly count how many squares are there in stamp A, or how many squares are stamp A has. Quickly count it. Srijan, which is smallest rectangle? You have asked. The smallest is 3, 4, 5. The smallest is 3, 4, 5. Okay. Aditya, you are right. Very good, Aditya. You are right. Stamp A, it has 18 squares. So, where it is written stamp A, you write 18. Where it is written stamp A, here. Right below the stamp 18. Okay. Now count stamp B. How many squares are there in stamp B? How many squares are there in stamp B? Yes, Srijan, it is 8. Very good. Aditya is also writing 8. Yes, Chandralekha is also right. So, below stamp B, where it is written B, you write 8 squares or simply 8. Simply 8. Now, number C. Stamp C, how many squares it has? Stamp C, yes, very good, Srijan, you are very fast. It has 6 squares. So, stamp C has 6 squares. Now, stamp D. How many squares for stamp D? Very good, Yuthin. Aditya, you are writing ma'am 12. It is 12, ma'am 12 squares. It is only 12, not ma'am 12. Okay. The number of squares you have to write, not ma'am. Yes, number D, it has 12 squares. So, write 12. Then number E. Number E has, yes, very good, 4. Very good, your response is very nice. I like that. It is 4. Never mind, Aditya, I am just joking. 4. Then stamp F. Stamp F. How many squares in stamp F? Yes, Yuthin, you are right. It is 12. Very good, Noreen. Yes, Srija, it is 12. So, kindly repeat. Stamp A, it has 18 squares. Stamp B, it has 8 squares. Stamp C, it has 6 squares. Stamp D has 12 squares. Stamp E has 4 squares. And lastly, stamp F has, yes, 12 squares. Okay. Now, based on these stamps, there are some questions. You have to answer these questions. Clear? Now, come to the question. Look at these interesting stamps. Number A. How many squares of 1 centimeter side does stamp A covers? That means, whatever the squares are given, they are of 1 centimeter. That means, their length is also 1 centimeter, breadth is 1 centimeter. Okay. So, how many you have counted for stamp A? You have counted 18. So, the answer will be 18 square. Stamp A covers 18 square. Write in the book with the help of the pencil. With the help of the pencil, you write in the book. The space is given, you write with the pencil. Stamp A, this is the answer for number A. Stamp A covers 18 squares. 18 squares, each of 1 centimeter, but there is no space, so we are not writing. It will be each of 1 centimeter. Now, one more question is there with this, and stamp B. Stamp B will be how many? Yes, very good, Yuthin, it is 8. So, you will write stamp B covers, stamp B covers 8 squares. Stamp B covers 8 squares. Written? Okay. Now come to question number B. Question number B is, which stamp has the biggest area? Now, which stamp has the biggest area? Just see. Which one? Stamp? Yes, very good. It is stamp A. Why it has the biggest area? Because it has 18 squares included in that stamp A. That is why stamp A is the biggest in area. Okay. So, you will write the answer for number B as the biggest area is of stamp B, because it is 18 centimeter, 18 square centimeter. The biggest area is of stamp, the biggest area is of stamp A. The biggest area is of stamp A, that is 18 square centimeter. Okay. It is A, 18 square centimeter. Is this clear to everyone? Okay. Now come to the next question in part B. How many squares of side 1 centimeter does the stamp covers? Now, how many squares are there? How many squares are there for stamp A? It has 18 squares. So, you will write stamp A covers 18 squares. See, in the first question it was asked which stamp, the name of the stamp, it is stamp A, and in the second question it is asked that how many squares are there in stamp A. So, it will be 18 squares. Okay. Now, how much is the area of the biggest stamp? Now, they are asking the area. How much is the area? Okay. So, you will write the third answer as the area of the biggest stamp is 18 square centimeter. The area of the biggest stamp is 18 square centimeter. 18 square centimeter. Okay. It will be 18 square centimeter. That's all for today. You will see in the next class. Okay. Up to this, that means up to page number 35, question number B, kindly you practice at home. So, that is all for today. We will do the next class, the next topic. Thank you all of you.